Greetings gamers, and welcome to part 8 of my Let's Play Fire Emblem 10 Radiant Dawn. And in today's episode, I'm going to be continuing up the story in the Desert of Death with General Tironio and crew. General Tironio, Zihar can Jill too. I haven't seen you since the war ended 3 years ago. Who would have thought we'd meet in such a desolate place? Soth, you've grown. I hardly recognize you. We had a lot of catching up to do. But for now, I'll just make introductions. This is Micaiah.
And who have we here,
Step back. Who are you? Lord Izuka. There's no need for concern. This young man is Soth. We know him well. Soth, may I introduce Lord Izuka. He is advisor and close confidant to Prince Peleus, Ashnard's son. Micaiah, did you hear that? The prince is here. Still, I can't believe we ran into you. You three, of all people, guarding the prince. What a lucky coincidence. General Tironio, we came here because we heard the prince was gathering forces in the desert. We want to help you in your efforts. Will you let us join you? Certainly. Dayan needs all the courage we can muster. Let us join forces.
See here, what do you think you're doing? You can't just ignore me and start making decisions. These people are suspicious. Very suspicious. You're all big-nerd spies, aren't you? Come now, tell the truth.
We're the Dawn Brigade. We'd never work for those filthy curs.
The Dawn Brigade? But how?
Then perhaps the girl?
No, could it be? Are you the Silverhaired Maiden? Do you have the healing touch of sacrifice?
Excuse me? Take your hands off her.
What a coincidence. Or is it fate? Or maybe it's my unrivaled skill as a revolutionary organizer. With the Silverhaired Maiden at our side, we'll surely win over the people of Dayan. And then, yes, incite scattered rebel movements. And then, further, the future of change.
Is he touched in the head?
Oh my, but yes, I'll beckon to... No. Demand that the vicious scallywags surrender. Perfect. I am a genius. Come. My dear maiden, you must meet the prince.
Goddess help me. That man could try the patience of a stone.
Look here, before you stands the one and only, the Grand Prince Peleus, true-blooded son of the King of Dayan. And here we have the consort and queen of our late King Ashnard, Lady Almeda. And look at you, you're standing. Did the desert dry out your brains? Kneel ye before these royal personages.
It's all right, Izuka. Please, don't stand on ceremony. I didn't know I was a prince until very recently, so really I'm not used to any of this.
What do you mean?
Until a half year ago, that is. Until Izuka found me, I was raised as a normal commoner. To be frank, it still doesn't feel real to me that I myself could be the son of King Ashnard. It's a little overwhelming.
Don't talk nonsense, darling. You are my own sweet, sweet son, Prince Peleus, yes. I'll never let you be parted from me. No, never again. Enough of the pleasantries, then. Shall we get down to business? Well then, Micaiah of the Dawn Brigade, I henceforth appoint thee to be the post of Vice-General of the Dayan Liberation Army.
Excuse me? What do you mean by that?
Wait a moment. I appreciate the offer, Izuka, but I'm afraid I cannot accept. I have no war experience and no knowledge of battle tactics. Dayan needs a general with both. Are you not a member of the heroic Dawn Brigade, whose conquests precede them? Do you not want to save the people of Dayan? Serve the prince, and you can step out of the shadows and face the Empire boldly, without shame. Why hesitate?
This is a thinly veiled scheme, and I see right through it. You just want Micaiah to serve as a figurehead for your revolution.
Is that a problem?
Yes, that's a problem. She's not some fancy stoneware for you to set on display. If you're going to do this, then I cannot sign on.
Exactly.
Micaiah, please wait. That isn't what we meant. You're not the only one who knows nothing about battle. I don't either. But if I don't act, the devastation of Dayan will grow ever worse, so I have to be brave. Please, I'm asking you to do the same, Micaiah, for the sake of the future of Dayan. Will you join our cause?
Prince Peleus, I will.
I find this kind of like I completely understand it. I completely do. It is a tactic of making her this figurehead because she's already seen as this quote-unquote savior of Dayan. Realistically, though, this would never be the case. Somebody like General Tironio would be a far better fit, being that he is and was one of the 4 riders of Dayan, one of the original great riders of Dayan. Far and away a better military mind and an actual soldier and warrior, rather than some little teenage girl. Like, get out of here. Micaiah, thank you.
And in return, will you ensure beyond a shadow of a doubt that Dayan will be freed from the rule of the Begnian Empire?
I promise.
I trust in your word.
I can't believe you.
Soph, why are you so angry about this?
You have to ask. You know we can't live in the public eye. Doing something that will deliberately make you stand out. I'm just saying. It isn't like you, Micaiah.
When we were separated during the war, you changed, Soph, and I changed too. I want to protect Dayan more than anything. Our people must be saved. And if I can help in that effort, I will.
So much so that you'll risk your life and sacrifice who you are?
Yes. But that isn't all. Prince Peleus cherishes the same wish that I do. I can feel it. Deep in his heart, he wants to save Dayan. If we work together, I know that we can do it.
And you don't hear that voice we spoke of? The voice that warns you of impending danger?
It's all right, Soph. The visions I see spreading out before us, most of them shine with hope.
All right, I trust you. More importantly, I believe in you. I won't resist anymore. But let me just say one thing.
What?
I will protect you.
I know that. Why do you think you need to say it?
I just wanted to make sure you knew.
Thank you, Soph.
Well, pretty good amount of experience points. And yes, in this game, whenever your yellow or green units fight, you get the experience points that they accrued in the form of bonus experience points. Such an amazing thing. The Tellius games had some really great ideas that I really, really wish stuck around, especially because it's just better than this whole idea of you need to grind in Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem's never been a game like that. There's 2 entries in the series that I can think of. Well, technically 3, but one's a remake. There's 3 entries in the series where grinding is physically possible within the game, and not just DLC. But it's not necessary even in those games. So it's just baffling that people have this unnerving desire to want to grind. Wrong franchise, friends.
Three years passed. Dayan mustered all of its formidable military might and cut a bloody swath through neighboring Crimea in a sudden invasion. Dayan was defeated, however, and the dreams of its ruler, Mad King Ashnard, died with him. Ashnard's son, Peleus, possesses a gentle sincerity that is a bright counterpoint to his late father's violence and duplicity. Ill-suited though he seems for these troubled times, his presence is a welcome sight to Micaiah's eyes. Peleus, declared rightful heir to the throne, finds his name becoming a rallying cry for Dayan. At his side is the only person he believes can lead his liberation army, the silver-haired maiden.
Peleus might be touched in the head, too. Chapter 6. Raise the standard. Maybe punched in the head. Free state of Morado, inside the kingdom of Dayan. Assembling is forbidden. All violators will be punished immediately. Assembling? They were just talking around the well. Silence. No excuses.
Can I really have just seen that?
Lady Fiona, the self-proclaimed Liberation Army is on the march. Murado's army has been ordered to deploy with us.
Understood, General. We will prepare immediately, but I need to address your soldiers' conduct.
A new war is afoot. You never answered Ashnard's call to arms in the last one. You have a reputation for ruling wisely. Don't endanger your people by hurling ugly accusations at my soldiers. I trust I needn't worry that you'll fail to answer the Empire's call.
I will not lie to you. My people are proud citizens of Dayan, and some agree with these so-called liberators. However, I will not lead my people into danger over ridiculous rumors of some unknown orphan prince.
I'm glad to hear it. I need a volunteer. Follow that woman's every move. I trust her no further than I can throw her.
You probably could throw her pretty far. She is a little woman after all, and you're some big, massive general.
Dayan Liberation Camp.
Looks to be in the Desert of Death.
Well, the rumors that my operatives started have spread like wildfire through all of Dayan. Late King Ashnard's orphan surfaces, Silverhead Maiden at Prince Peleus' side. Now that we have the people's attention, we snag their hearts. We'll just extol the savior, fan the rebellion, go to battle, and conquer the enemy in a blaze of glory.
Do we have sufficient forces to arouse said rebellion and achieve victory?
You let me worry about that. This highly sophisticated strategizing is beyond your young minds. Worry not, my prince. After painstaking investigation, I have determined the exact locations to target. Gather round, all of you. Hear my plan for our next strike. If the Liberation Army attacks any of these places, we are assured of an absolute victory.
Masterful as always, Azuka. It's good to know I can count on you.
First, we'll target Telrega. It borders the frontier. Begnion's hold is shaky, and resentment runs high.
No, Telrega is no good.
What was that? On what grounds are my decisions being questioned by this child?
The timing is wrong. Because of the rains, we won't be able to advance well, let alone fight. It's true. I'm from Telrega, and I remember well the landslides and floods that come every spring. The mountain road leading to that particular work camp is notoriously dangerous.
What? Impossible. My strategy is flawless. Perfect, even. I never...
Micaiah, where do you think we should attack?
Terran. We'll have better luck in Terran.
Terran, too, lies in the mountains, but in the arid northern region, where the weather is predictable. Micaiah, you're amazing. I count my blessings to have you as Vice General. You give me hope.
Lady Micaiah, few outsiders know of the landslides in Telrega. Have you been there before?
Micaiah is a powerful seer. We in the Dawn Brigade owe our lives and our freedom to her abilities. Goodness, Azuka, what is it?
She can foresee battle outcomes? Magnificent! Why didn't anyone tell me of this? This only makes the maiden that much more appealing. And let us just be honest here, my foresight in decreeing her vice general is wondrous. Nay, genius. Excellent. Well then, yes, all bow to the maiden's vision. Let's leave the camp and make for Terran.
Very, very strange figure that Azuka is. Outside the village. Yes, that's what I heard. What with that light and that silver.
Could she be the silver-haired maiden? Oh, it is you, it is you.
Oh my.
You're fighting with King Ashnard's son to free Dayan, aren't you? Oh, we've heard so much about you.
Oh, what a blessing! What a blessing!
We're all waiting. We're waiting for the day you free us from those filthy Begnion pigs.
Please, take this.
It's not much, but people from all over the village pitched in. Oh no, I couldn't possibly.
Thank you. We appreciate your kindness.
We're all counting on you. Please free us.
Looks like Azuka's propaganda is working fast. You didn't want me to take that money, did you?
It's not that, it's just... Oh, never mind.
Oh, come on. What did I do this time? You're not going to say? Great. In that case, let's get out of here and go find the others. 1,000 gold. That's quaint. Curve. So you're staying then?
I appreciate your concern, however,
You can't leave Prince Peleus' side, is that not so?
That's right.
Then take this at least.
A sending stone?
Do you remember how to use the one?
Of course I remember how to use one. But it's such a precious gift. Are you sure about this? Thank you, Kurth. Kurth, where are you? I must go now.
Please remain safe.
You as well. Kurth.
Micaiah, how nice to see you.
Kurth, I'm leaving for Terran. I know this is sudden. To tell the truth, I'm surprised too.
I see. You are off to perform your first duties as a general of this liberation army.
Yes.
I abhor violence. I do not think you should fight.
Kurth, I'm not fighting because I
know. I know you wish there was another way. And I understand that you feel this is what you must do to save your country. Here, take this.
What is it?
May it serve to protect you, Micaiah. I must leave you now. I'm going home to my own country.
What, so suddenly?
I'm sorry, Micaiah. Being so close to battle frightens me, to tell the truth. Thank you for rescuing me, and thank you for the short time we spent together. I enjoyed it immensely.
Will I ever see you again?
Who knows?
Why don't we...
Yes. Let us leave it up to the gods.
I suppose we must.
We got a renewal skill. Alright. Laura and Aaron can finally support, which is super nice. Meg, you can't support anyone that matters for the purposes of my party. Skills. Renewal. Restores 10% of total HP each turn. And Beast Foe inflicts bonus damage against Beast Tribe Legoos. Yes, you heard that right. There is a literal skill that allows you to have triple effectiveness pretty much whenever you want against Legoos. This is passable. In other words, you can pass it between units because skills in this game you can take off and reassign. It's actually quite fantastic. I'm halfway of the mind to give either Volug or Soth renewal. Actually, I'm going to do Volug. There's a reason why I'm not going to use it on Soth. It's not really all that useful, in my honest opinion. Now, I do have a lot of bonus experience points, but because I'm on normal difficulty, it doesn't amount to much, and I'm going to be saving them for much later. One thing I do have to do that I would like to demonstrate is promoting Edward. And now I have another Sword Master. Stat gains upon the first promotion aren't that great, but you should see the second promotion. And believe me, we will. Now he has critical +10, which is nice. So even more critical for this monster. He is going to be a great asset to the team, especially because we need all the promoted units we possibly can muster. Leonardo is probably going to be my next target for a Master Seal, so hopefully I can take and use that shortly. Granted, I've got some new units to talk about, and first and foremost is Lance Gen Toronio. Yes, in this game he is just a Lance General, which means he can only use lances and axes, which he has an S rank for lances and an A rank for axes, maxed on both of those. Can't use swords like he did in the previous game. However, that doesn't matter because everything you could want him to use, lances and axes, are perfect. Axes are a better weapon than lances, but he can't get an up double S rank in lance, which is pertinent. Or in axe, yes, he can't get a double S rank in axe, he can only get it in lance. Your units can only get a double S rank in one weapon type, barring a few exceptions, which is pertinent for the end game, not really pertinent for now. But if you see his base stats are quite incredible. He is very close to capping most of his stats, and he has 6 more levels to go. This unit is fantastic. What is unfortunate is that this unit is a come and go unit. You only have him at certain points. Luckily, I have him now. And he has a 55% HP growth, 40% strength, 5% magic, 65% skill, 50% speed, 20% luck, 45% defense, and 50% resistance. This man is a tank and a speedy one. What you'll notice in this game is that Armor Knights don't have bad speed, nor bad speed growth, and they don't have bad resistance. So what's the weakness of Armor Knights? Well, triple effectiveness. Hammers are everywhere, and you can pretty well see a unit like this insta-die to a hammer. Now, granted, Toronio has an interesting skill, can raise skill, speed, strength, skill, and speed by 1.5 times when the unit has less than 20% of his HP left. This is actually false. It does raise skill and speed by 1.5 times when the unit has less than 50% of his HP left. So it doesn't do the strength, and it's not 20%. Very, very strange that is mistranslated that much, but it is. Its effect is only skill and speed, which is still good. So when Toronio's at 50% health, which is 19 HP, which is more than some of my actual units' max HP currently, he'll have 33 skill and 30 speed, which is pretty darn exceptional. It's not useless, but it is definitely nowhere near as good as it was in Path of Radiance. Granted, it was probably too good in that game. Next is Jill, a Draco Knight. The first flyer I have in my party, and her base stats aren't fantastic, but they are decent. She is actually a unit I'm going to be using regularly with the Dawn Brigade because she's pretty fantastic as a combative unit. She's another unit that I would like to promote as soon as possible. Granted, she's probably going to end up getting the next Master Seal because Leonardo is a little bit off from being able to promote, but either way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who I promote. They're both going to be used in my Dawn Brigade team for as much as I can get out of them. She's got passable bases, pretty good speed, pretty good defense, pretty good strength. What's interesting to note about Draco Knights in this game is that they are no longer affected by arrows like they were in pretty much every game previously. And they're also no longer affected by wind. So wind and arrows still affect Pegasus Knights, and those flyers particularly, as well as the bird tribe Legues. However, what is super effective against Jill is Thunder Magic. Thunder Magic is triple effective against Draco Knights, because they treat them as if they are dragons, like in Path of Radiance. Now Jill has a 50% HP, 45% strength, 15% magic, 45% skill, 65% speed, 60% luck, 35% defense, and 45% resistance. Pretty good growth, along with a B rank in axes. That's pretty good. That means she can already use brave axes, which is always good. And Canto. First time we're seeing this. Allows a unit that has not moved his full movement range to move the remaining amount at the end of his turn. These people are not it. Interesting. So yes, Canto is now a skill in this game that takes up capacity, which is great for balancing, not so great for wanting to have skill on your characters, especially because Canto takes up 15 capacity. Now granted, when she promotes, I think her maximum capacity will be somewhere between 30 and 35, so it's not going to be super detrimental, but that's after 2 promotions, however, I will say. Because she is first tier class. Z-Hark, Swordmaster. He's actually in every single way better than Leonardo is right now. He has better defense, better resistance, better speed, better skill, better strength, even better HP. But that doesn't matter. I'm going to be using both because both are good additions to the team. We need all the damage we can possibly muster. I enjoy more Swordsmasters, especially because Swordsmasters are super buff in this game, having good innate critical as well as access to wind edges. Fantastic bases can use Killing Edges already. The Killing Edge is kind of buffed in this game because I believe it has more hit, but it does have slightly less might. It also comes with a higher sword rank, so you do have to have B rank to use it. Now Z-Hark has a 55% HP, 35% strength, 10% magic, 75% skill, 70% speed, 40% luck, 25% defense, and 35% resistance. It's actually a fantastic unit. Looking at his bases, his base level, and the promo gains I know he's going to get when he promotes again, if I promote him. He's actually perfectly viable unit. In fact, I'd say he's one of the best additions to the party, even better than Taronio, and part of that has to do with the fact that he's not a come and go unit. You can use him whenever. He comes with an A rank in swords. An Adept can grant this unit 2 consecutive attacks, and I do believe this is speed percentage? Well, actually, no. I believe they changed that. In Path of Radiance, it is speed percentage, so he would have a 23%, but in this game, it's skill percentage. So he has a 22% chance to just proc Adept. Just not that bad. It's better than most people's opportunities with that. So seeing all that in these fantastic units, fantastic skills, as well as everything that I have currently, I am pretty excited because my units are shaping up to be great for the rest of this playthrough. Going to definitely, well, I did not want to do that. Throw away that item. I'm pretty sure most of my units are perfectly well equipped, except for folks like Z-Hark. I'm going to be doing some managing of my convoy off screen. Pretty much from this point forward, the managing of my convoy will be off of the episodes, specifically because it wastes time. Honestly, it wastes time. Just like how supports in this game, because they're generic nonsense, I'm not going to be going over them. And that's just, it's can't really do anything about that. Don't plan on really taking off any further skills of any of my units at this current time, but hey, that's all there is to it. I do want to thank you for joining me, though. This has been all for today's episode. If you like my content, please upvote and follow, or like and subscribe depending on your platform. And while you're at it, have a great and glorious day gaming.